coverage of the Hennessy Performance Racing League Xfinity Series. Tonight, we will be bringing you some plate racing. We're actually going to Talladega Super Speedway tonight. Now, we have a lot to talk about following last week's race at Chicagoland, but we'll get to that shortly. I do want to introduce Sharp coming into the booth. Sharp, how are you?
Doing great, ready to go to action tonight.
Sounds great. And we also have Papa Musa. Sorry.
It's okay. I'm doing great, man. I'm ready to see these guys roll in action here at Talladega, 2.66-mile racetrack.
That's great. So let's take a look over at those Xfinity standings because there was quite a bit of movement following Chicagoland. Of course, we saw McCard go and grab the W. And I'm going to go ahead and read off our top 10 of in the standings. So in first place, we still have Riley at the point. Second, we have Speed. Third, we have T-Bird. Fourth, we have Masopes. Fifth, we have Always Eric. Sixth, we have Masopes. Seventh, we have Jason Cole. Eighth, we have Killer. Ninth, we have Assassin. And 10th, we have Greg Tyrus. So, Sharp, I am going to call on you, and I'm going to ask you, out of all those names in the top 10, I mean, who really surprises you the most? I mean, we're basically three or four races away from the start of the playoffs. So, yeah, who's the most standing out character that you see in that top 10?
I haven't caught too much of the Xfinity season to date there, obviously, with other priorities taking place. But the little bit I have seen, T-Bird really stands out to me. I feel like he's been having a really fantastic season to date so far. I had the Road America hot seat there, and he really impressed me with his road court finesse at that track and at a lot of the other tracks that I've seen some limited action in. He's really impressed. Like at Martinsville, he was up front pretty much the entirety of the race there. And he just continues to put on a show here. I wouldn't necessarily say this is a surprise. I mean, Masopes in six. I mean, just with his pedigree and his skill set, I'm not saying I would have imagined him seeing him only 6 in points here, which, I mean, is solid. I mean, it's going to get him through, but you would have figured maybe Masopes might have been slightly higher in the standings at this point of the season here as we're winding down the regular season.
I definitely agree, and I think we sort of expected Masopes to be at the top of that chart. Like you said, has some work to do. Papo, I'm going to ask you the same question. I mean, out of that top 10, who do you really think is a surprise?
Well, looking here in the Xfinity standings, I'm very surprised by Assassin. He has the talent. I mean, I know him not on a personal level, but I do know him because I do league race with him a lot. He actually, is surprising me by being ninth place in the standings. He's very consistent. Okay, he's there when he needs to, and that's amazing what he's done. Same thing with Masopes. What going off what Sharp said. Yeah, I kind of am surprised how Masopes is a little far back here. I mean, he has the speed and has a skill and can absolutely win at every given track. But it's something that he should look at as a kind of some of a cushion, I would say, because he does have those points ahead of the cutoff line. And when the playoffs start, reset and show some of that speed that we're talking about.
I couldn't agree more, and I'm gonna go and look at the power rankings now that we put out after Chicagoland, and there's some guys that we sort of talked about before. Masopes, second on the board, but one driver that surprises me is Killer. I mean, Killer has basically not been talked about this whole season, yet sits at the top of the power ranking after Chicagoland. Now, if y'all will look at the power rankings for Xfinity, what do you think of that list? Would you change anything with it, or would you keep that top 5? I mean, these drivers are heating up at the right time at the end of this regular season. Now, sorry, Sharp, I'm going to go to you and say, is there, about the power rankings, I mean, would you change any of these drivers? The 5 drivers that are listed.
What kind of throws me off is, I mean, we're looking at Riley here being ranked 5th in the power rankings here. I'm not exactly sure. Maybe he's kind of had some off runs lately here, but Riley's another driver. I mean, top of the point standings right now, so being in 5th is a little bit odd to see there. Maybe he just had a little bit of a stretch where, you know, he had a hot start to the season, maybe has had some off runs here, but I feel Riley could be listed a little bit higher. Beyond that, I mean, looking at Killer, he's been having some pretty good runs lately. Masopes in 2nd here sounds about right, just based off of, you know, past results. Always Eric has steadily been improving in his time in the league, and then McCard, you know, he had a brilliant season 2 in Xfinity, had a pretty solid cup campaign, didn't make playoffs, but he's always been one of those guys that can qualify well and tends to find himself at the front. And he's starting to put it together here. I mean, he's in the top 10 in the actual point standings here. So other than Riley being 5th, I feel like these are pretty accurate. And obviously for guys who aren't listed in the power rankings, I think that's going to give them some motivation to try to put themselves in position to get better finishes and show that they belong.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Papa, do you have any input into what Sharp just said?
Yeah, I mean, Sharp is completely 100% correct. And, you know, for the guys who are looking at the power rankings saying, I want to be there, I want to be there, look, we're going to a super speedway. It's practically a reset. It gives everybody an even playing field, and it will allow going to be able to capitalize on this plate race.
And as Sharp said, we are allowed to join. It looks like they are starting. Now, I didn't think they would start it that early, so I'm just going to go ahead and ask you all, who is your pick to win tonight? Sharp, you go first.
I will load in first and kind of see, you know, who's in the running order, but obviously Masopes is a strong plate track driver. He's had some great success here in the past in previous races. Definitely will keep my eye out for him. But surprise poll, I wouldn't say surprise poll setter, but TV Health State is on the pole for tonight's race here, starting out front. And I'm not exactly sure what the fuel run entails, but being up front obviously is where you want to be. And if he's able to hold his position, find some help late in the race, he could be a factor here. So I'm going to go with a little bit of an underdog pick here. I'm going to say Kelvin is my pick to win here. Started 3rd, and I feel like he's going to make some noise here tonight. Kelvin's another driver that excels at the plate tracks here, so if he's in position late, look out for that 16.
I couldn't agree more. I mean, he has the resume. He has won, I believe, Daytona, the season opener of last season. So definitely a very good pick. He's always very solid here. Papo, who's your pick to win tonight?
I could see either Killer or Masopes, but I think Masopes. He's a very smart guy, knows when to make moves, when knows not to make moves, and can methodically work his way through this field. I'm not exactly sure, know his teammates, but I do know that it'll make his job a lot more easier knowing that he has some teammates to help him.
I agree, and that JGR team definitely has some very good teammates, so that's definitely the case for tonight.
I'll just go out and throw this out there that we have 2 Cup drivers I've seen tonight. One is Mike G in that 39 here, and then a very familiar 07 car being driven by the Heredia God. So I'm sticking with my dark horse pick, but definitely keep an eye on those 2 Cup drivers as well, because they definitely got not sure that's me lagging or that's Heredia lagging. That might be Heredia lagging. The cars behind him, wow, they fell off big time. There's about 4 or 5 cars back there.
I noticed it too. Heredia is lagging, and he's already at the back, so I'm not exactly sure what race control is going to tell him, but yeah, that pack behind him definitely suffered the consequences. Very unfortunate start for those guys.
Yeah, that sucks. You know, when you're battling and it's the first few laps and then unfortunate lag events start to occur, you know, it's frustrating too. But maybe they can probably try to pull a strategy and make it up here. Maybe when the caution comes out to catch a lucky break.
Yeah, that's about the only break that they're going to find here. I mean, some notable names back here. You got Ty Racing. Killer XL is actually in that little pack back there in the 10. Always Eric's back there. So you got a group of 5 that they got to work together and hope, you know, for something to happen here in this first stage. Like I said, I'm not exactly sure the fuel run, and they can go green the whole way if they got to pit under green for fuel. So they're gonna need some kind of help, and definitely gonna have to show, you know, some good non-team affiliated teamwork here in order to be able to make up some time on that field.
I agree, but the question is 5 cars big enough to possibly catch that draft of the front pack?
Moves for the lead.
We have moves going for the lead here. JoJo trying to get to the point here in the 18 car with Masopes in tow. 3 wide here. 98
so
car getting
close.
shoved out. And they clear for the lead.
The 20 and the third place car on the inside almost got together.
And that's something deceptive about this track here, that it's so wide that you can go 3 wide at times here, but also you can run out of room in a hurry if somebody makes an ill-advised move too soon here. A lot of times, a lot of these guys will just try to play it safe, ride it out, get some laps in, get a rhythm, and then gradually start getting aggressive. But you can see these guys already 3 or 4 laps in, already trying to make moves here, and JoJo was able to utilize that high side. I feel that's the difference between Dega and Talladega, is that you can hold a lot more momentum on the high side here compared to Daytona.
Oh, a little bit of a squirm in the back of the lead pack. You know, one thing, too, to go back on that, what you just said there, I also think Talladega feels like you have more grip. I mean, not just more room, but just more overall car control, as it looks like the 4th place car is running a little bit. Let's see here.
He's not lagging, but he's kind of over the map right now here, so maybe there was a reason why those guys dipped out of line, decided they wanted to lead the race here, try to hold a steady line here. That's some, you know, it's all about finesse and holding a good line here that's going to hold your momentum, keep some speed up, and allow people to trust you late in the going here. See the driver in 98 Mayhem here riding in, looks like 7th position here. That's another guy that he's very good at these plate tracks here.
You know, I just realized this. I believe the leader has his teammate Masopes behind him. So maybe some team calls here. You know, maybe they planned this out before the race, possibly.
Yeah, possibly. I mean, JoJo is a call-down driver from the Cup Series. And I do want to correct myself. Earlier in the broadcast, my car did not...
Oh, Heredia below the yellow. I'm not sure if he was trying to make a move. Madudo opened the door for a second here. Heredia falls in line so as to avoid that penalty. Good job on Heredia.
I agree. But as I was saying earlier in the broadcast, I did mention that McCard won Chicagoland last week. It was actually hot seat driver JoJo that pulled out the win from last week. So JoJo's going for back-to-back in the Xfinity Series.
He's looking really good here in the early going here. He made that outside line work with Masopes here. They were able to pick up a couple spots here, but importantly, JoJo with the lead right now. And although that's not going to do anything team points wise or anything, since we don't have that calculated, it does give you the confidence that you can make those moves in the late going and be able to make that high side work. So for JoJo, the biggest thing right now is just keeping his trap position here. For Masopes is being patient here. You're in second. You're in a great spot here. If you can get some help from somebody to go with you, maybe with 1 or 2 laps to go here to try to get a stage win. That's what these Xfinity regulars are trying to do here. It's all about setting yourself up for late in the run.
And it should be 2 or 3 to go for stage 1. JoJo out front very comfortably. Masopes backing up for a run.
Yeah, and you see JoJo, that's a tactic that a lot of people would use. If somebody backs the corner up, a lot of times they'll run a lane up and maybe do a little bit of a shuffle as to kill that draft. Hell State took a peek for a second here, but he doesn't have enough of a run at the moment. It's all being strategic here.
That should be.
Everybody looks organized back here. The 54 back here is really trying to be aggressive and make moves. That's one thing. I mean, making moves can either get
Oh,
you
there's a
from...
crash. I'm not exactly sure what happened, but both cars made it to pit road.
Jason Cole got put down pit road. Oh, Mayhem as well.
Yep.
Okay, so it did not register Jason Cole on pit road. He's able to continue on, but Mayhem on pit road, I'm not entirely sure if he got a speeding penalty because of that. I'll keep tabs on that.
Coming to the white flag of stage 1 this time.
Mayhem still on pit road. He must have gotten a penalty.
Yeah, that's going to hurt him a lot because that was 2 to go that lap, right? That might also give him a penalty.
Yeah, but the thing is that as of now, I believe he's going to be the only car a lap down, so won't hurt him in the long run. He'll be able to get his lap back, regroup for stage 2, and try to make some progress here. It's unfortunate, but as you can see, he's going all the way to the high side to get out of the way of these guys coming on by. Here comes Masopes. Masopes peeking. Look at Hell State by himself. Almost couldn't quite get there.
Keep in mind,
Hale has some help.
Oh, my G split him. Oh, they're about to be 4 wide here. A lot of contact. 4 wide.
4 wide racing here at Talladega.
54 and the 16 coming on strong.
Huge run from the 54. He might get second here.
He's going to get second. Wow. Masso's third. Kelvin fourth. I believe that's T-Bird. Yes, T-Bird got fifth. Strong run by those guys. And like I was saying there, it's all about lining yourself up for these runs late in the going. What a move by those guys.
That's going to be a huge payoff to Joe Gibbs, as Joe Gibbs now has 3 cars in the top 3. That Gibbs team looking strong today.
Yeah, they look like the team to beat right now, just off of teamwork. But what we saw,
Trying to confirm here if McAvoy would scroll up. He was a 10th place car. Come on, buddy, scroll up for me.
Scroll up. Yeah, I'm watching it too. But
I do believe Joe, like I said, JoJo had won the stage. 54 was in second with Masopes in third. As we get ready for the restart here, Modoodle. Is that Modoodle up front? Yep. Modoodle forgot to pit. Oh, wow. That's going to be tough. So he will get out of the way. So the 16 TK270 Kelvin up to the point.
You know, one thing that might have caused them to miss pit road is that there's some adjustments that a lot of drivers like to make here, specifically at super speedways, is bring up all your tire pressures up to 60. It does pay off, but you can also cost it's a pretty big risk, as missing pit road could be a very, very, very costly mistake.
Absolutely. It is an unfortunate set of circumstances here, but he should be able to pit, get a full fuel set in. He will go a lap down most likely, but should be able to only stay 1 lap down. I think he's going to be the only car lap down, so he should, just like Mayhem at the beginning of the stage, get his lap back here when stage 3 begins, and get back into the action.
Outside the 54, the 20, and the 0 are trying to make a move, as well as the 11 car.
As these drivers that are winless. I'm sorry, Brody, go ahead.
Well, you're good. But as we see right now, I mean, Kelvin out on the point. Sharp, your pick for the race. I mean, how comfortable do you feel right now knowing that your pick for the race is leading the race right now?
But we've seen Kelvin in the mix all night long here, running top 5, top 10 for the majority of stage 1 here. Made a good move at the 54 right there on the final lap to get some track position. And then, of course, you can see with Madudo unfortunately missing his pit, he assumes the lead. As long as he's good on fuel, which I'm assuming they will be in at the pit in stage 1, I think it's the same amount of laps here. He's in a great spot here. He's got McCarr driving behind him. McCarr comfortably 4th in the standings here, so I don't see McCarr necessarily having to make a move here unless he absolutely wants to go for a stage win. But Kelvin was a former Cup driver for Roush, dropped down to Xfinity. He's still eligible for playoffs, but he's most likely in a must-win situation to make that happen. As we documented prowess for plate racing, he got that opener at Daytona last season, so perfect opportunity for him here. Obviously being up front is everything, so he's doing a great job keeping that 16 up front. Feeling pretty good about the prospects.
Now, one driver I do want to kind of mention is T-Bird. I mean, T-Bird's been solid all season. He is sitting comfortably in the point standings, sitting in 3rd, but yet to grab that first win. So he's going to be hungry for that first win.
He's well-rounded at every single racetrack. I mean, we documented just how impressive he was at Road America. He was so close to getting that one done before some late race moves were made there. But he impressed, running top 3 pretty much the entirety of the race here. And he lined himself up perfectly here in stage 2, you know, sitting 3rd. I mean, if he's comfortable sitting there with the stage points, like you said, it's all about being on the inside at the initial get-go. So he's in a great spot. You see Mayhem up on that high side here trying to make something happen. He's got plenty of help behind him here. It's all about getting formed up, getting some momentum and the energy needed to make that high side work. So far, he's holding station.
And we've seen that outside work once before tonight, but
they're
it looks
getting
like
squirrely back there.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to be broken up a little bit.
Oh, we got a fight. Oh, McCarr got shuffled out of line. I'm not sure if Kelvin missed his mark. Oh, T-Bird let him back in.
That's a teammate.
I was about to say, I got to assume with teammates, they got some form of communication going to be able to allow that to happen here. Heredia sitting in 4th. Looks like he's got his issues figured out here.
Now, I did just realize that we're actually missing our points leader in this race, so and
Riley,
speed,
yes.
so
and speed, so opportunity for the guys, you know, 3rd on back if they're within that range of the point standings. You know, having a solid night here can get them closer to that regular season title.
T-Bird, the opportunist right now. Point.
And he's
going for points
and
tonight.
He's in a great spot too.
Yep. That high lane's still trying to work with Mayhem. These drivers being very loyal, staying behind one another, not trying to break up on the top lane.
I tell you what, that bottom line is a bit squirrely. Mayhem has been steady on that high side, and he is slowly starting to get those guys toward those top 4. Oh, we got 2 more making a move. JoJo, Mike G. Wow, they got to run. JoJo, you stage 1 winner. Looking impressive. And they got the numbers.
Huge train on the outside.
Yeah, they're going to go right around this bottom lane. Still holding strong on the bottom.
Side by side for the lead. Yep. Only 4 drivers, though, and the cars that are, you know, a couple car lanes back, just not quite close enough at the moment here. Now we see a couple migrating back to the bottom.
Yeah, that outside's holding it steady, but that bottom's put up a pretty good fight right now.
They are definitely putting up a fight, but JoJo had a great entry in the 3. Look at this. And JoJo, Mike G, clear. Mayhem's there. Are they going to keep this going? That's the risk that you run, though. Being on that high side. Oh, Mike G! What a move! Mike G now leads the inside line.
How will that affect that second place car on the bottom?
Oh, Mayhem.
That was close. Yep.
Gosh, this is good stuff.
This is dead even with both lanes right now.
This is impressive. Inside line edging ahead momentarily here.
Top can maintain that energy from the bottom line, but not maintain it through the turns. What a great move for Mike G.
But we had a close one between the 54 and the 78. The 54 tried to get in line, and that 78 closed up pretty quickly.
Kelvin's gonna make a move.
3 wide! 4 wide, and then 3 wide. Oh, there's a checkup. We have a wreck over here.
Oh no,
already is around.
Oh, that's a huge wreck. Fortunate that only in one car.
Mayhem's in the wall, 54, they're 4 wide.
Still 4 wide.
No caution. Still green. Oh, Hale stayed below the apron. I don't know if he got forced down there. Oh, they're still beating, banging off each other. Oh,
that'll be the stage.
That's the stage. Wow.
Oh.
So Mike G.
Yeah, Mike G's gonna win the stage.
That was intense.
That was extremely intense.
We were 4 wide. We were 4 wide. People getting shoved out on the backstretch. That was awesome. That was like it was like the last lap for the race.
Yeah, that was only for a stage win. Now, from what we've seen from stage 1 and stage 2, you know, both stages being won by hot seat drivers. What does that kind of say to the rest of the Xfinity field?
I think it says, watch out. We got a bunch of hot seat drivers having fast hot rods. Might try to steal one from them.
That's the thing. Cup drivers coming down for a hot seat here. There's a reason why they're in that series here. Any of these guys can drive on track, but those Cup drivers have made a name for themselves, and coming down here, they've got the finesse and the experience needed to run up front here. So this is something for the Xfinity series to take notes on, kind of study exactly what these Cup regulars do.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure what happened to it.
I don't know if the 90 was lagging or something. Did he lag?
No. Lag. There's terrible lag from that car.
They literally just restarted, and I'm seeing the 90 like well ahead of this field.
Yeah, he's just now falling back on the broadcast screen. Nonetheless, Mike G still prevails on the bottom.
Oh, he's on pit road. That's Assassin. I believe Assassin lagged out.
Very unfortunate.
Oh, man.
Oh, man. He was running top 8 in the point standings. He needed a good day, solid day to keep that position. It's going to hurt him a little bit.
A lot of movement further back into the pack, but looks like they're all trying to get situated heading down into the bottom. So I believe that there's going to be a pit stop somewhere into stage, so most of these drivers might just ride around for a little bit and try to conserve their fuel.
Yeah, I believe they get about 18 laps worth of fuel here. Not going to go too much into the numbers here, but definitely will need a pit stop. There's 28 laps to go right now, coming to 27 to go. So, you know, these guys, a lot of guys may try to conserve. I'm not sure exactly how much fuel they're going to have to.
Massops to the outside, 3 wide for second place. Huge head of steam.
Mike G goes all the way up top trying to block. He's not going to get there.
4
move
wide.
on Massops.
3 wide. Oh, this is awesome racing right now.
And Massops dips to the bottom. JoJo couldn't get there.
Here comes Ty Racing on the bottom.
Now this is the kind of racing that we like to see.
Yes, this is what we came out. You know, we thought we were just gonna see them ride around. No, they're going 3 wide.
That's what I like about Talladega. It's unpredictable, and it's so fun watching these guys make these moves.
Couple drivers we haven't seen practically all night heading up into the front. Ty Racing, Sad Sack, and Modoodle.
Yeah, Maduro's another one of those drivers. He's
Oh,
been
the
inactive for a
39
couple.
into the field.
Huge one.
Oh,
Trouble.
wow. I'm not exactly sure what happened there. Did somebody lag, or I missed? I was at a bad camera angle, but that is definitely going to bring out a yellow flag, a game caution.
That was a huge wreck too.
I think
McAvoy
someone.
barely missing everything.
Oh man, that was a pretty big wreck there. I think somebody got a little loose, tried to get into a gap, wasn't there, and on for the ride. Some of those guys went.
Yeah, a lot of those drivers that were up front involved in that wreck. Mike G, our stage 2 winner. Hale State, Warner, TK 270, Kelvin. Some big names were in that crash. Can they make it back up?
We're gonna have about what 24 laps to go, 23 laps to go.
24.
That's a pretty big hill to climb, but they got the talent, they got the speed. I believe they can do it.
And look who's back at the point.
Soaps Jr.
Mr. Masopes himself. Ty Racing restarting second with McCard right behind him. Door to door here as they go into turn 1. Just not enough assist. Oh,
Ooh.
Masopes got an apron for a second there. That was a little bit sketchy.
Yeah. The Ty Racing's gonna fall way back. That just... Oh, they're going 3 wide in the back. Ball stick left to dry in the back.
He's got help coming from his good buddy TK270 Kelvin. Not having a choice. He's gonna have to. Oh,
Hale. Oh, they're getting really squarely up in the front. Big checkup.
More! Oh, the supercar plowed into the wall hard.
he's gonna fall all the way to the back.
Oh, the 98 gets shuffled out. That's Mayhem getting shuffled out. But here comes help from the 39.
Somehow Mike G has found himself back up into the mix.
These guys definitely did not take that last wreck as a lesson, as a 3 wide back here.
Oh, yep. Killer.
Oh, JoJo! What a save!
Wow, I can't believe he saved that car.
My goodness.
And he's going to hang on to the draft.
I was gonna say he was gonna hang on.
Huge run, outside. Wow, the 39 got a huge run.
Wow, Mayhem.
Wow, Mayhem.
I think the leader might have hit the apron a little bit. I'm not exactly sure what happened.
He's gonna need a little more help here.
Mayhem's going to get that lap.
Oh, look at the 0. No help. 3 wide.
No help and a prayer.
Run.
You gotta go for it sometimes, though.
Yep.
These guys are definitely not racing like it's the last lap. Like it's the last lap, though. They're not trying to save.
They don't have to now, but there's still going to be a pit stop.
Yeah, but the strategy's a lot more clear now as to what they have to do.
Yep.
8 shuffled out, 3 wide. 16 trying to help the 98.
Oh.
Still 3 wide in the back. Ball stick hung in the middle.
$20 to go here. It's crunch time. You better find a friend who's willing to help you out here at the end of the race, because it's gonna get wild.
Yeah, I think late in this race, I mean, friends are where you can find them, and it looks like a car
we
in
got
the
a car
back.
on the apron.
And another car in the wall. 2 drivers gonna lose the pack. Let's see who they are.
That is Warner and McAvoy. John left out to dry.
They are both gonna lose the draft.
2 drivers you mentioned. 22 Madudo, 66 to Tire Racing, second and fourth right now.
And even always Eric.
Always Eric.
Yep.
Haven't mentioned him all night, running third.
The Stokes is right now holding a pretty wheel, but the top four looks to have different drivers, different teammates. Gibbs, we got Penske up here, we got Colleague. Who's in fourth over here?
You got a little bit of a gap between first and second here. Not entirely sure. Madudo is just kind of holding a little bit of a gap between himself and Masopes. I'm not sure if he's trying to save a little bit. Masopes going all the way to the high side.
He's not going to let him save.
The 18 on the outside, I think Masopes trying to help the 18 here. The 18 has a huge run. He might get the second here.
There you go, teammates right there. That might have been a strategic move here.
Oh, and Masopes is going to stack up the bottom.
Oh, huge head of steam right here. Oh, the 78. 78 photoball going to the inside of the 18. That could be detrimental to their run.
He had a moment for a second where he thought about it. Soap's still going to prevail on the bottom.
Yeah, I was going to say that kind of killed their momentum just a little bit there. They're squirrely in that top lane, though.
Still hanging tough.
It's quite crazy how some of the fastest cars hold that bottom so well, but then out of nowhere, just at the top lane, just comes out of nowhere. It's crazy, the closing rate here at Talladega.
The Soap's managing both lanes right now.
Oh, he's got to be careful. He can't keep doing that, though.
Yeah, JoJo's gonna get a little bit ahead.
Huge run on the outside. Can an 18 clear the 20 though? That's the question. Will he be able to do it before the corner?
He's very close. I just don't think he's there yet.
Well, that's a teammate.
Yeah, but you got the whole pack pushing behind you here.
54 is third in line on the outside too, so Gibbs again showing why they're a top team.
Still hanging tough. I think they have the numbers on the top as well.
It's pretty much stacked evenly. A few more on the outside actually now.
The bottom lane is pushing hard, but they get a little bit of separated heading into turn one.
Oh, wouldn't Tony go up there and help?
I don't think at this point you can shuffle too much between top and bottom. I mean, he makes one wrong move, and if that bottom lane has a good corner, Madudo could overtake that top spot. But a lot of patience being shown on that bottom line here. These guys know what's at stake right here, what they've got to do.
I'm really surprised a few of those cars in the back of the top lane haven't jumped down and grabbed a couple spots on the bottom lane. I mean, we see Jason Cole doing that. He looks to be passing a few cars, making up some ground on the inside.
You know what it takes to win one of these races: dedication, determination, and be brave. And these guys are laying it all on the track and putting down all they got.
As we see Hale come down to the bottom.
Yeah, he was in that top lane. We're going to be at 14 to go here, boys. So, as you mentioned, pit stops are going to be very key here, getting on the pit road. Who's in chat party together? What sort of strategy do you have? I'm assuming it may be half a can, maybe a can of gas, no tires. It just all depends on how quickly your tires fall off over here.
What do you do if you're in that top lane? I mean, do you wait out the bottom lane to pit, or?
It's very tough. Oh, Masopes.
Big stack up.
Masopes was trying to do that move to try to get the top lane going, and he nearly very lost his lead. But going back to your question, Brody, I mean, it just all depends on you know, who you have working with you. Heredia just lagged
Heredia
again.
lagged.
He just took out Mike G and Jason Cole. I believe that's Jason Cole.
That's unfortunate.
The one bad thing about being on this top side is you're kind of blocked out, like how we can relate in real life. You know, some guys want to come pit with these guys, but they don't have that great entry or they don't have that great position to do so. And I think they're being blocked out right now, and that's going to hurt them a little bit when it comes to pit road.
Without a doubt.
Well, if there's one thing we all have learned for the Cup race, and it is do not follow Heredia. And speaking of the Cup race, we're going to have the coverage of Talladega tonight at 8:30. So definitely stick around after this race and see some Cup performance from Talladega tonight.
That's going to be fun.
That outside lane coming right back again here, trying to get the momentum. Now, one thing I've got is, as we were mentioning, is it going to be a can of fuel, half a can of fuel? These guys have been riding around the draft. You know they're pushing with everything they got, but the two drivers leading those lines, Masopes, JoJo, they can't save it all running up front like that. Is that going to affect how much fuel they got to take at the end of this thing? And also when you're riding line, you can tend to save your gear just a little bit more than some of these other guys.
Well, that's definitely going to be a factor at the end of the race, I believe.
And the constant shoving, man, it worries me sometimes. If you get the wrong shove, it can really throw your car out of whack and cause a stack up or cause a wreck.
You know, I'm really impressed with this Xfinity field that we have only seen one caution that is not a stage break. So props to these guys. They've been doing great tonight and producing a lot of fun racing. We've seen 3 wide action for a whole lap, actually.
And for the most part, other than what may have been a lag spike that contributed to that caution and a few others, I mean, these guys have been doing a heck of a job of holding some steady lines. Even with the 3 wide racing there, we haven't seen too much controversy, you know, on track here. And Hail State just had a moment there. He fell to the back of the field. Now, if I'm Hail State, I'm a little bit concerned about who I'm following here.
Well, we do see the start of green flag pit stops. We see McAvoy come down. He is going to exit in front of these leaders. Nice awareness by him to not LePage the field.
It's getting...
happens.
Ooh, JoJo on the outside.
They are at 10. This is the 10 lap to go lap, so next time it will be 9 to go. Wow, JoJo with a strong run here.
Oh, and he's clearing by 4 cars, I believe. Looks like Mayhem's going to force the issue.
Ooh.
He's going to do it.
Oh, the 54
Oh, and
gets
ball
shoved
stick.
out.
Going to be let back in. McCard a little
brother.
squarely in the back. Mayhem's going to get put out of the line. That's going to completely strand Killer. I mean, he had been working with the top lane that whole time and just nothing to show for it.
Sir, sad second. Kelvin second and third with I2 Ballstick in fourth. Wow. Mayhem maybe coming to pit road. I've seen him by himself with no one next to him kind of dip low. Below the yellow on the backstretch, so I'm not sure if the driver in the 98 is coming down this time. Yeah,
I think he just put out a feeler, see what everyone was doing, you know, if anyone wants to pit. Try to fake a few guys out. The Cutter re-entering the racetrack from pit lane.
8 to go here. So these guys are either going to wait until it's absolutely necessary to come down. Oh, nope. Looks like...
Oh, this could be fun.
And it looks like the whole field's coming.
Oh boy.
I don't know if I should be scared, worried, or I don't know. This is going to be.
I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work out, but I'm all for it. Let's just hope nobody's going to wreck each other. All right, 78 down low. Oh, the 78 is by himself. He got faked out.
That reminds me what happened in the playoff race of season 3. Everyone signaled to come down, and Drunk was the only one to come in.
Still, though, I mean, these guys gonna have to do it.
All right, now the 18 is dipping again. A lot of people dipping down. Is this actually going to be for real this time?
I believe it is. I mean, he held it under the yellow line very steadily. I think they're serious.
The anticipation. Right. Here we go. Who's going to be aggressive?
Aggressive, but, I mean, you've got to be careful here.
Kelvin! Kelvin into the fence! Oh, heartbreak.
That's unfortunate.
Okay, a lot of drivers did come down that time. I believe, this pack that was behind them, Modoodle is in it, but Ty Racing is in the lead of this second pack, which is scored the leader.
I feel bad for the guys who came down pit road. I think a couple of guys got a speeding penalty, for that 16 too.
Oh, is Eric still on pit road? I believe he got one.
Jojo?
Masopes unfortunately got one. He got pushed by that 16, and now it was a mistake, man. That was tragic for some drivers.
Jojo looks like he is all by himself up there. He got Killer XL with I2 Ball Stick, Mayhem, Hail State behind him. Hail State, I don't think it's close enough.
Alright, everyone looks to have made it to pit road from this second pack. Heredia comes to the front on pit road of that second pack.
That's going to be interesting there. Extremely interesting here. Alright, let's see who got the best pit stop. Ty Racing's out. Heredia's coming out now. Ty Racing has got the 9. Alright.
Gonna be close. Jojo is gonna find this front pack, but will he have any help? Modoodle, no help.
The 66 and the 9 are gonna link up. I don't know, boys. Heredia's the leader. You got that pack of 3 coming back there.
Everyone's still getting up to speed. Jojo has found himself into 5th, I believe. 4th. The leader.
So
Go ahead, Sharp.
I'm trying to get a lap count here, but I'll tell you what, the 2 that I feel the best about right now is the 2nd and 3rd place cars. This is coming to 4 to go right here, boys.
And they work together enough.
Ty Racing in 2nd.
Hey,
we got a pack of 5, yeah.
That 4th place has a huge head of steam. You know, if they can link up or get by the second pack over here.
No, they're going to overtake them here shortly.
Yep.
They're not going to wait.
It's go time. It's crunch time. Who is in fact leading that 4th place right now?
That's
Jojo?
No, that's the 1 car, McCard.
Oh, he's gonna get.
Oh, they're gonna stay in line.
They're gonna stay. Wow.
Oh,
that's surprising.
This is gonna be bad for Heredia right here.
Heredia's, I hate to say it, but he's a sitting duck. Now, what is Ty Racing gonna do here? This is free to go right here.
Yeah, where does he go with this run?
Here we go here.
Gotta make it. Heredia's gonna try to block it. Oh my! And they don't follow Heredia.
Oh, let's go. Okay, Heredia just gave himself a huge benefit here.
That is absolutely unfortunate for Ty Racing. He had all the momentum there, and I wouldn't say the wrong spot to make a run because he was going for it right into the entry of the corner. But I mean, that's just really unfortunate for Ty.
Yeah.
Ty's one of those guys that needed a win, and now he's going to fall to the back of the field. You got 2 to go here. Heredia leading. I'm knocking on wood for these guys. I won't say any more about that.
This is a pretty big pack here. I mean, this is really close racing. We got
Well,
about what 10 guys in this pack right now, racing for this win.
about 10. But I do want to
Okay.
focus
I'm just going to
on...
point this out that Mike G somehow is sitting fourth.
And I also do want to point out, well, I was going to ask you where do you think the move is coming from, but yeah,
Well,
just look at second and third.
They've only got one lap here, so
Gotta do it.
coming to the white, boys.
Happen here.
A lot of mirror driving.
Here comes the outside. All over the contact. Oh, a huge one for the outside. The outside move.
Comes Killer on the outside.
This is it, boys.
Too much. This backstretch is gonna make or break it for the outside. Will they get the run?
Will they get the help they needed? Where does Ty Racing
They had
go?
the run. Oh, that 10 car is there.
Falling out.
I'm surprised the 9 didn't try to dip out there and try to jump in front of the 10, but
Oh,
I don't think they got enough momentum here.
Here we come to the line.
here they come here.
Killer's edging up a little bit. I don't think it's going to be enough. Heredia's going to take the win.
Wow.
I can't believe Heredia held on to that.
That was amazing racing from the top 10 there.
Still, fantastic battling throughout the race there. I mean, a gutsy call by Heredia. I mean, he must have had the absolute best pit road entry you could get here. And I mean, because he was sitting all the way in the back of those guys, and he leapfrogged every single one of them to take the lead. And then just no one going with the 66 there at the end. That could have absolutely netted those guys a lot more positions than what they had. So,
you know what? I think the move of the race was Heredia to stay on the bottom there. He was a sitting duck, and had he not, kept that bottom, I don't see him. He was going to be put in the back pretty quickly.
yeah. Heredia with the win, T-Bird second, Killer XL rebounds for third, McCard fourth, JoJo fifth, and
Mike
John
G.
scrolled up too soon.
Mike G 6th. Ballstick 7th. Mayhem in 8th. 9th Ty Racing in 10th. Hale somehow pulls out another top 10.
And Sir Satsack, from what I could see, had the fastest lap with a 48 flat.
Oh.
Good job by the Xfinity Series, though. That was impressive.
That was fun.
All right, so are we going to get our top 3 guys in here, or just top 2?
Top 3 guys, please help me add them. I'm not sure.
All right. I'm not sure if I'm friends with every single one of them. Who was the top 3 again? My apologies. That was...
Heredia, T-Bird, and Killer.
Okay, I don't know if I have... Do I have Killer? I do not. As far as I know, all I have is Heredia.
You might have to manually add them.
Yeah, you're asking the wrong one right here. Sorry. Well, I'll start by getting Heredia in here.
Great racing, great showing from the Xfinity guys. They really did put a pretty good performance today.
I agree. We saw some brilliance tonight. 2-3 wide racing. They really didn't stay in a line like we really predicted them to do for most of the race. So props to these guys for making it interesting.
And we have a race winner.
Sharp, would you like to do the honors of leading the interviewing, or would you rather me?
That's fine. Heredia, congratulations on scoring the win in your hot seat tonight here at Talladega. I mean, an impressive move there at the end. I mean, you were riding behind the pack there for a little bit due to some connection issues, but you got that sorted out there in the late going. Leapfrogged a lot of those guys getting on the pit road, and then with a little bit of finesse there, faked out that 66, and were able to hold on to the lead. So how does it feel to be able to get it done tonight?
So I am actually happy. It's finally a super speedway you can have good luck at if I win. I mean, the connection issues were very bad. I killed at least 500 people back there, which wasn't intentional, but it just happened out of nowhere. I couldn't really do anything about it, but yeah, I knew I could make up a lot of time on pit road because I'm confident on the brakes, and it put me out front, and all I had to do was just do me at the end there.
That's it. I mean, a strong run, like you said. I mean, you were in position there late in the going, so I mean, obviously that could translate well over to the Cup Series as well. You know, giving you that confidence that you can be in the mix there, especially if you're able to make that kind of ground up on pit road. So, congratulations on a strong run tonight, buddy.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, it looks like we have not got Killer and T-Bird into the booth yet. Already a great performance tonight. What kind of what kind of energy does that bring going into a cup race later tonight?
I mean, it gives me at least knowledge and I'll give you more ideas what to do for the race, at least more strategy. But and that's really it. It's just see where I could get myself in position to win, and yeah, do me at the end there. Try to make a spot in pit road and block for my life.
Well, I mean, you definitely were a sitting duck at the end. I'm really surprised that you walked away with the dub. Like I said, you were a sitting duck. Papo, do you have any words for our Xfinity Series winner?
Yeah, congratulations, Heredia. Good job, man. Nice job keeping your car clean throughout the race. Try to avoid all the wrecks, man. Can't wait to be racing with you in the next the Cup Series, my guy. That'd be fun. Um, but yeah, did you try any adjustments? Did you go up on your tire pressures? Maybe helped you a little bit with your single car speed?
Yeah. Going to the tires definitely helped with the tire wear. And that's what I was really trying to push for the whole time. But yeah, that's really it. Draft is very big. While I was by myself, getting ate up by the big pack behind me.
What was going through your mind knowing that there was like a 8 car pack trailing behind you and had such a huge speed? It was just an unbelievable the closing rate they had on you.
Oh, I didn't want. Okay, at the Daytona was the same thing that happened to me. Uh, like, so I knew if I do a really big block and wreck the field, I was gonna get hated on again. So I tried to do a little bit more cautiously this time, and I got the second place runner out wide by himself, and the rest and T-Bird followed me there, and yeah, I just had to hope and pray nobody try to make a move on me.
Well, good job, man, and good luck in the Cup Series race.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I don't think we are going to be joined by our second place and third place finishers tonight. So it does look like that will wrap up our coverage for the Xfinity Series race at Talladega. That was very exciting. Sharp, you have any final words?
We'll have a question for T-Bird here shortly. But, I mean, before he pops in, I mean, very, very aggressive racing at times. I mean, it was good to see some free wide racing there with not much contact there. I mean, these guys did an incredible job of holding the line. Here we are with our third place runner, T-Bird, joining the booth.
I believe T-Bird got second.
Oh, my apologies. I thought Killer got third. My apologies.
T-Bird, you got a copy?
I have a copy.
Great. I mean, man, So one thing I do want to ask you, first of all, great run tonight. You know, you were up in the mix all tonight. Just not enough at the end, but I do want to ask, you know, what was going through your head whenever y'all were, the 8 of you were coming up to Heredia full speed. Why didn't you follow Ty Racing it was up the track and possibly get around Heredia?
Heredia went to block the bottom lane, and so Tide Racing went really quickly up in the middle of the corner, and I probably had the car to make that move, to be completely honest, but I just didn't want to like make a mistake on that and potentially take myself out of contention when I had Protean probably locked up if I stay behind Heredia on the bottom there. And to be honest, I got the points lead with Riley and Speed not showing up. I will take that. I didn't need the win. I wasn't going to risk myself losing spots to try to go for that. Well, we were just looking for a good points night, and that's what we got. So if that's what we have to do, that's what we have to do.
Well said, and that is one thing that we brought up. We did notice that Speed and Riley weren't in the race tonight, so we basically named you the opportunist. I mean, and it looks like you definitely optimized on that opportunity, and it looks like you will probably walk out with the points, or the first place point standings. Now, Sharp, you have any words for T-Bird?
T-Bird, a very solid run tonight here. I mean, we documented just how well you've been running throughout the season, making your way up the point standings here. And I mean, you impressed when I had the hot seat at Road America, just how well you were able to run, and it seems to have translated onto every other racetrack as well. So, I mean, you know, play tracks, you can be in position at the end, make a move. I mean, you pulled a veteran move there, not trying to risk track position, looking at the long term here, trying to be able to make up the points. So what does that translate as the regular season ends and then transitions into the playoffs?
Well, I think in terms of the regular season, we have the doubleheader, I believe, left for the rest of the regular season next week. Charlotte Roval, I'm hoping to have a real good run at, and then if we could get a good run there in Charlotte, set ourselves up for the playoffs with a bunch of playoff points in the bag, with especially with the first round being Darlington, which is not my best track. I will definitely be practicing there, but I do give myself a bit more of a buffer with the way I set myself up for the last few races here.
Absolutely. I mean, you've looked great all season long, so you know, you can't argue with that. And then practice always makes better here. So I mean, there's always little things that you can pick up on at each and every given track there. So best of luck to you on the rest of the season.
Thank you.
Papa, do you have any words for T-Bird before we head out?
Yeah, man. Good job. Keep that momentum up, man. Like you said, hopefully you can get a good run at Charlotte and Charlotte Roval and all that. And yeah, man, good luck to you. Nice job.
Thanks.
Now, that will end our Xfinity Series coverage of Talladega. Like we said earlier, before T-Bird hopped in to the booth, we saw some spicy action. You like that terminology right there, Sharp? I know you do. But we will see the Cup race later on in the night. I believe in about 5-10 minutes we will go live for the Cup coverage of Talladega. So it should be about the same with the racing aspect. Let's see who will walk away with the W tonight. So definitely tune in for that tonight. And I think that about wraps it all up. And we will see you next week for the Charlotte Oval. 2 races left before the playoffs. From everyone in the booth, T-Bird and Heredia, we're going to see you next week at Charlotte.